Welcome back to What's the Obsession True Crime, where you'll find all of the true crime facts and none of the true crime fiction. We're not here to waste your time, no. We're here to take you on a true crime deep dive in a way that only What's the Obsession does. And hey, welcome. We're so glad you're here.
Check for
They are dead on that.
all the best all in the blind spot that we don't see. Wipe the dirt.
It was earlier tonight. I don't.
13, she had her 13th birthday party. She was happy that we were all together.
She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
You will hurt the ones that love you, and they will hurt you right back. Sing along. Our love is a heart attack. You better check the pulse. Check for pulse.
All right, everybody, welcome back to What's the Obsession. It is Friday night, which means it is What's the Obsession date night. We do a live stream every Friday or Saturday night. It's What's the Obsession date night, where we have a date with you so we can all get together and chat about true crime cases. And this week we are talking about the namesake case for this channel, which might not be for much longer, but I'll tell you about that in a little while, which is the Chris Watts case. And we are going to be discussing today bizarre facts and eerie signs that happened within 24 hours of the tragedy, the murders of Shannan Watts, who was 15 weeks pregnant, Bella Watts, who was just 4 years old, and sweet little Cece Watts, who was only 3 years old. And this happened on August 13th, 2018. When I was getting ready for this live stream, when I was putting the material together, I was just going to, have the theme be, bizarre facts and eerie signs. But then I realized everything I was putting together was within 24 hours of the tragedy. Kind of crazy, right? So that is what we are going to focus on today. So I'm going to put the link to our What's the Obsession Patreon in the chat right now, because guess what, guys? Ooh, I'm so excited about this. Hope you are for me too. I have next week off. It's winter break where I work. So I have all of next week off. So I'm going to be doing some live streams here on YouTube, and I'm also going to do 2 live streams over on Patreon. I'm going to do a members only or members live stream. So anybody who's a member, that's a paid member or a free member on Patreon. And then I'm going to do a paid members only live stream with more sensitive type material. So if you want to check out our membership options and check out the Patreon for this channel, go do that. I just put the link in the chat. Also, just today, or was it yesterday? I don't know. In the past couple of days, I dropped another video that's a part 1. It's going to have a part 2. Definitely check it out. I think it has some very interesting information, and it is the real story about what happened on Sunday, August 12th, which was a day before the murders, just hours before the murders. I've really been focusing on the timeline on this weekend, on the day before the murders, because what has been out there in, the going narrative just isn't right. I think many of us know that, and we can make some corrections just by, doing the work of researching and inserting what we know is true into, the places where the powers that be told us falsehoods, and it paints an entirely different picture. So definitely check that out. And oh geez, FF3, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome. Oh, and also members of YouTube are also welcome at the Patreon live streams this next week. I'm so glad that you became a member. Just because I'm glad you became a member, welcome. And also so I can make that announcement. And Honey Bun, one of our wonderful moderators, has been a member for 35 months. Damn. And she says, Alabama weather gives me whiplash. Yeah, in chat, if you're new especially, and if you're an OG also, please say hello in chat. Let us know where you're watching from. I am in upstate New York, where it has been freezing. We had like 2 weeks of sub-zero Fahrenheit temperatures, guys. It was crazy. I grew up in this area. I didn't live in this area my entire life. Oops, I'm just switching back and forth here. I lived in New York City. I lived in Philadelphia. I lived in other places, but I've spent a good amount of time in this area of New York, and I do not ever remember it being as cold as it has been over the past few weeks. It's absolutely crazy, crazy, crazy. And Sky Dream, hey, welcome back, Sky Dream. I really loved having you in chat on the last couple of live streams. Sky Dream has a lot of insight into this case, so I'm so glad to have you here. She says, I can think of some crazy facts within 24 hours leading up. I bet you can. So definitely feel free to, contribute to that. And also Cuff You and Anaphylaxis are here, two of our wonderful other moderators. And Anaphylaxis says, hi, Southern California. Oh, geez, I'm so jealous, Anaphylaxis. So jealous. Love it. And hey, Pamela Campbell, how are you? I'm just going to say hi to the people I didn't get to say hello to in the chat, like by writing. Hey, Karen Middlehurst coming from Australia. So your seasonal weather is opposite right now. So you're probably, warm, like in summer. Is that right? Am I right about that? So yeah, so welcome to everybody coming in. Please do hit the like, share the link if you can. I just really like this shirt. I just really like this shirt. Is that a Chris Watts thing? Oh yeah, right. That's right. When they were doing the interview on the porch and the interviewer asked about his shirt, he's like, I just really like this shirt. And he really showed more emotion in that moment about the shirt than he did about his missing family, right? That was kind of crazy. Yeah, you're in upstate New York too, aren't you, Valerie? And 966 Ducks, hey, welcome, says hi from Alabama. Maya Rodriguez, hey, it's so great to have you here. Maya is also from California, San Francisco. Wow. And Cece Please says, below freezing here in UK tonight. Oh my gosh, yikes. Yeah, and he is an idiot now, isn't he? He definitely is. Okay. All right, so let's just get into the content here. So we're just going to start watching this video. I have all of this content already prepared for you. We're going to look at some crazy things, some things having to do with Nate's security camera footage. We're going to take a look at the shadow underneath Chris Watts' truck, which some people believe is Bella. That is something that people have been requesting of me a lot lately. So we are going to take a look at that in the context of this video. And well, I guess I don't have to tell you. Let's just get right into it. And hey, Lola Rue, welcome. Nice to see you.
If anyone wants my secret, let me find my secret. Where's my secret, Chris? Where's my secret?
Daddy, what?
A baby?
What?
Baby? We're having baby fever over here. The kids are having baby fever. You want a brother? Or a sister? Sister. You're sad the baby left?
Shannan, who was 15 weeks pregnant with her son Nico, was found in a shallow grave. Their two daughters submerged in oil.
A lot of people want to know if Watts could also face a murder charge for his unborn baby. The simple answer is no.
Colorado does not recognize an unborn child, literally at any stage, as a person for the purposes of our murder statute. So the easy answer is no. The father of the unborn child cannot be charged with murder relating to the unborn child.
We're excited, and Cece's on week 2 of potty training. Do you have any accidents today? No accidents today at school. No accidents this weekend. She's had 2 accidents in 2 weeks, which is incredible. A lot of, yes, baby. She can, but after mommy. Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Say thank you for being the compliments.
Thank you to compliment.
All right, guys. Have a great day, and we're going to go celebrate our excitement over here. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bella, you gonna say hi to everybody since you took over?
What do you want? Do you want another brother or sister?
Sister.
You want another sister? You want another baby too? Yeah? Do you want a brother or a sister?
Sister.
You want a little sister?
Yeah.
You want to be a big sister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Court records are revealing crucial details into the murder investigation of pregnant mom Shannan Watts and her 2 daughters. Just before 5:30 in the morning, a neighbor's surveillance camera captures Chris loading something into the back of his truck.
Baby.
I'm right here.
Uh-oh. No.
Oh no.
Oh no. What happened?
What happened, baby?
Save me, Mommy.
I saved you. You're right here. You're safe. He's not gonna get you. He's not a mean monster.
My friends, do you believe in signs? Do you believe that we see signs in life that tell us things that we don't perceive in our own consciousness? Well, let me tell you, if you didn't believe in signs before watching this, you just might believe in them after watching this, because this is pretty wild. So let's take a quick look at the timeline for the morning of August 13th, 2018. That was a Monday morning, from when Shannan Watts was caught on camera walking into her house as she was coming home from a business trip in Arizona, up until the point when Chris Watts had been summoned home by Shannan's friend, Nicole, and he arrived at home to be greeted by an officer. Then he went over to his neighbor Nate's house and they were reviewing security camera footage to see what could be seen on that security camera footage. Did it catch any footage of Shannan or the girls leaving the house? Remember, at this point, the whole world, other than Chris Watts and perhaps maybe another person or so, believe that Shannan and Bella and Celeste and unborn baby Nico are just missing. They had just gone missing. This is so new. Nobody could have ever known at this point what the world was going to soon learn happened to Shannan, Bella, Celeste, and unborn baby Nico. What a horrific tragedy. When we're talking timeline, I think it's important to note that although there is no mention of it in the official Discovery timeline, the 111-minute phone call that Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger held the evening of August 12th, just minutes before Shannan touched down at the Denver airport as she returned from her business trip in Arizona, happened from 9:28 p.m. to 11:19 p.m. on August 12th. Again, that's 9:28 p.m. to 11:19 p.m. Just 2 minutes after that phone call ended, at 11:21 p.m. on August 12th, the note in the Discovery says, Watts finally replied, "Holy crap, sorry, I passed out on the couch. That's going to be late." And this was in response to Shannan trying to let Chris Watts know that her flight was delayed. So now we come to August 13th, 2018. At 1:48 a.m., the note says, Watts' phones logged the vivid alert of Shannan's entry into their home. At the same moment, the Vivint video monitor captured Shannan as she walked up to the home and entered. Her friend Nicole was captured backing out of the driveway. Between 1:48 a.m. and 4:23 a.m., there were no movements detected on the main floor of the home, according to Vivint. Shortly after the 5 a.m. hour, that is when neighbor Nate's security camera caught Chris Watts backing his truck up into the driveway and making several trips from the house to the truck when he was loading the truck with his wife Shannan and loading Bella and Celeste into the truck. He left the house at 5:48 a.m., headed to Survey 319. So this brings us to bizarre and eerie thing number 1. So this is when Chris Watts is grabbing a gas can and then putting it into the truck. Now, this is, bizarre and eerie for a couple of reasons. Number 1, what the hell is he doing putting a gas can in the truck? This is something that came up in the interviews. Tammy Lee in particular, I remember, was asking a lot of questions about this. Like, what were you going to be doing with a gas can? Were you planning on there being an explosion or something at Survey 319? But the other really bizarre thing about this is, guys, watch him very carefully. Where does this gas can come from? And what I mean by that, and I made a longer video about this, is he walks into the garage and within 0.4 seconds, if you're watching this real time, if it's not slowed down, he turns around and he has the gas can in his hand. At the place where he walks into the garage by the side of his truck here, there's not like a ledge or a hook or something like that where the gas can could be resting, where he could just easily grab it. And to me, it doesn't look like he bends down to pick the gas can up off the ground or anything like that. So in my mind, the most reasonable option of how he got that gas can in hand was that somebody handed it to him. So go ahead and watch this and let me know what you think about that. And welcome to those of you who are coming in. I'm so glad you guys are here. Say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Please hit the like if you don't mind. And yeah, please join in the chat. In those early mornings. Okay, so I just want to know, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that he bent down to get the gas can? 966 Duck says, I don't think he bent down to get the gas can. And let's see, music is awesome. Thank you, Susan. Hey, I appreciate that. I love adding music to this. I love it when YouTube lets me do that. Oh, Angel Welcome says, I hope they're at peace, together. Oh gosh, me too. Absolutely. Those poor souls. And Diana, I was trying to say hello to you in the chat there, but it wasn't letting me type your name. So welcome. So sad. Absolutely. Indeed. It is so sad. All right. I'm going to keep playing this here. Let's see. And Diana says, I think he did. So you do think that he bent down to pick it up? It's totally possible. But to me, it just doesn't look like it. So I just think it's one of those very curious things. Morning hours. While it's Survey 319, Watts sent a flurry of texts to his coworkers, letting him know where he was, asking where they were. Certainly, he did not want them to show up while he was doing whatever he was doing. There's a number of important text messages in here, and I go over them in detail in different videos. At 7:40, Watts sends Shannan the first of his many stage messages asking where Shannan is at. While it's Survey 319 at 10:10 a.m., Watts searches for the lyrics to the song Battery by Metallica. He later tells investigators that it was Nicole Kessinger that wanted to know what the song was about. She wanted to know what the words were to the song. He says that she has a range of musical interests and she was a little bit into Metallica. The lyrics of the song go like this. Okay, and so this is another one of our bizarre facts and eerie things that happened within 24 hours of the murders. And it is, Chris Watts looking up the lyrics of this song, Battery. It just so happens that we know that his very favorite band, his very favorite musical artists are Metallica. We know that Shannan got him the tickets to the Metallica concert. He was really excited about that. He has Metallica tattoos on his body. I think they're the only tattoos he has. So the fact that this band even created a song called Battery, and it has nothing to do with like an oil battery. Battery was actually the name of the street where the band got started on, where they were playing in some of their first clubs, and it is like a tribute to their OG fans. But still, nevertheless, the lyrics are pretty eerie considering the crime that just happened. And he said it a few times, and Nicole Kessinger asked him, what does that song mean? What do the lyrics mean? Do you believe that she really asked him that? Or do you think he was just saying it to cover his butt because this is just like an additional disgusting and salacious detail to the horrific crime that he did indeed commit? Here's the lyrics. Lashing out the action, returning the reaction. Weak are ripped and torn away. Hypnotizing power, crushing all that cower. Battery is here to stay. Smashing through the boundaries, lunacy has found me. Cannot stop the battery. Pounding out aggression turns into obsession. Cannot kill the battery. Cannot kill the family. Battery is found in me. Crushing all deceivers, mashing non-believers, never-ending potency. Hungry violence seeker, feeding off the weaker, breeding on insanity. Circle of destruction, hammer comes crushing, powerhouse of energy, whipping up a fury, dominating flurry. We create the battery. From 10:28 a.m. to 10:51 a.m., Sandy Rusick, Shannan's mom, is texting and calling Chris, asking where Shannan is at. These texts and calls are intermixed with Chris Watts looking up vacation spots in Aspen and calling hotels. As word gets around about Shannan and the girls' whereabouts being unknown, Shannan's friends start to contact Chris by calling him, sending him text messages, led by Nicole Atkinson, who is, in my opinion, a hero, and he arrives home finally, reluctantly, a little after 2 p.m. and is greeted by one law enforcement officer, Officer Coonrod. So we know that here, Chris does a terrible job pretending that he is looking for Shannan. He pretends that he finds Shannan's phones. Oh, surprise. And eventually, Nicole Atkinson's son, Nicholas, makes his way over to neighbor Nate's house. Officer Coonrod follows, and so does Chris Watts. So let's just all watch together as Chris Watts flounders a bit when he arrives at neighbor Nate's house with Officer Coonrod, and they're watching the security camera footage of him taking things to his truck in the early morning hours that very same day.
What's that?
Nothing on there. You just have my camera. Lay down.
Loaded my stuff up in my coolers, my water jugs, my book bag, my computers, some of the tools that I had from the toolbox. I knew I was going to have to do some pumping unit rubbers today. That's why I was out so far.
Is this on continually
Yep.
recording?
Yep. Well,
it's not. Is it motion or is it?
Event.
Okay, so it's motion.
Any motion event that happens, I get cars driving from this street, and this is him at 517.
I usually park out there on the side. I just want to get everything back in. Be easier to lugging everything out there, all the tools that I had to bring in. What else can I do with this?
My detective just showed up, so he'll probably want to talk to you. He'd probably, like I said, he might have you call at the bank and see if there's any kind of activity.
Because if there was any sort of action out there,
his camera's
I would have got it.
Like
right.
We had issues the other week when people were stealing stuff out of like garages and stuff like that, and I had parked my truck.
I had to park right here.
Yeah, so someone I could see where someone tried to jimmy.
Now, a couple things here, as Julie pointed out, he's completely ignoring the tape. He doesn't want to see what's going on. It's too anxiety causing for him especially in front of Officer Coonrod right there. But I also want you to take a look at the timestamp up here in the top right-hand corner at this point. Now it's, let's see. So it's really the minutes are right. this was figured out a very long time ago. The minutes are correct. The hours off. We're really at, I think it's 2:41 right here. So you're just looking at the 41 minutes because our next really bizarre fact and eerie happening is coming up really soon. Welcome, Zelda, Riches to Rags.
With a flathead screwdriver over there, and it was just like.
But if any action would have happened, any cars or anything left your house, I would have.
Yeah, it would have been like right in that area. They should have picked. I mean.
Oh, it'll pick up anything coming down the street this way.
You know where that tree there too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Watch, I'll show you. There's nothing on here. We've already watched that one. But right, you'll see this car.
What security system do you have?
You can see this car starting to drive down the street.
That one.
Oh, look.
See what I'm saying? It picks up all the way down there.
That's cool.
He's next door.
Can we go?
I was talking about dispatcher. It'll be close for.
Yeah, we can pick up cars coming this way. I get anything coming this way and making this turn. So, and usually at night I pick up the cars pulling a U-turn.
So again, notice that time up in the upper right-hand corner, it is 2, or is it 1? It's either 1 or 2:42 there, but it's anyway, the minute is 42. So just keep an eye on that because again, our next bizarre and eerie thing is coming right up. And it has to do with texting Nicole Kessinger because when he looks down at his phone, that is what he's doing right now. And we have evidence about that. We're about to see it.
Unless they pulled right here, yeah. But I would have caught her walking out. Diesel.
You're good.
So yeah, I thought nothing.
Nothing for the rest of the day.
No, that's it.
She's pregnant as well.
How far along?
15 weeks.
Eerie as heck. And don't worry, we are going to get to the American Horror Story, quote unquote, coincidence. But first, the mysterious text between Kessinger and Watts at this time. So again, you're looking up at that time. It's stamped. It's 42 minutes after the hour. And at 44 minutes after the hour, Watts receives this message from Nicole Kessinger because they are texting. That's what he's doing when he's looking down at his phone. Was that his phone dinging? Stargazer asks. It may have been.
That's why her friend said it was low blood sugar.
Now, before we go into the sign sent straight from the American Horror Story commercial, I just want you to notice something. If you were to take a look at Officer Coonrod's body cam clock, right now, when Chris Watts is saying, oh, and she's pregnant, she's 14, 15 weeks pregnant, fesses that up for the first time to Officer Coonrod, it is 2:42 p.m. Now, I'm sure you notice all the while when Officer Coonrod and neighbor Nate are looking at the security camera footage and they're focusing on it, Chris Watts is pacing around looking like he's basically going to pass out, and he's looking at his phone an awful lot. So if we were to cross-reference material from the discovery, we will find out that Chris Watts sends Nicole Kessinger a message at 2:44 p.m. just after this moment right here when Chris Watts tells Officer Coonrod that Shannan was 15 weeks pregnant. And it says, oh my gosh, that's absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out. Since many of the messages between Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger were erased, we don't know exactly what this message was in reference to, so we can only speculate. But we can hear what Nicole Kessinger has to say about it.
Someone, I don't know if this is in order. I'm not sure exactly what this is referring to. I think this one at the bottom, this, oh my God, that's absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out. That, do you remember when I told you, like,
it's Unicorn Lucky Charms, of course.
I was always trying to like incorporate his kids and stuff. I mean, even if it wasn't like directly like me and him, but just like I was always thinking of cute stuff when I'd see stuff and I was like, oh my God, little girls would like that. I would show him, and I found this box of Lucky Charms that was Unicorn Lucky Charms.
Okay.
And I thought they were really cute. and I texted it to him, and I was like, do your little girls know about these? Because they're awesome. And I was like, little stuff like that.
So to give the American Horror Story commercial that pops up on the screen when Neighbor Nate, Officer Coonrod, and Chris Watts are looking at the security camera footage, trying to find his missing wife who's pregnant and his 2 daughters, when upon the screen pops up a fetus and some other things we're going to discuss in a moment in the American Horror Story commercial. This is all going on while Chris Watts is texting with his mistress about who knows what that culminates into a text. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out. That is explained by Nicole Kessinger by, well, you just heard it. So if this American Horror Story commercial is a sign, and if it is a sign that was sent from Shannan to be like, hey, yeah, don't forget us. We were of this earth just a few hours ago, and we are no longer of this earth because of you, jackass. It makes all the more sense to me that it happens in that timing. So the next bizarre and eerie fact or thing about this case within 24 hours of the murders is, of course, the commercial for American Horror Story popping up right now. And we just see this little bit right here. And obviously it's a fetus, and it triggers them to say, oh my God, she's 15 weeks pregnant. But really watch this commercial carefully. It is the eeriest thing, my God, we could possibly be seeing, knowing what happened, what he did to his family, and what happened at Survey 319.
So unless they pulled right here, but I would have caught her walking out. Diesel. You're good. So yeah, I thought nothing.
Nothing for the rest of the day.
No, that's it.
She's pregnant as well.
How far along?
14, 15 weeks.
Now I know that many people have caught the fetus coming up on the screen at that moment, but whoa, did you see what followed?
Nothing for the rest of the day.
No, that's it.
She's pregnant as well.
How far along?
14, 15 weeks.
So obviously, here's the commercial in its entirety, guys. Stop whatever else you're doing. Stop chewing on your granola bar. Stop sipping your coffee. Pay attention to this. It is wild.
If you're curious to see all the tricks that are in my sleeve, all you find is yours to keep. Brave, are you brave enough to the desires that you see? In my hand I'll set you free.
Let's watch that in slow motion. So seriously, like, do you see, like, notice all the things you see? Aren't there like 2 skulls and like sludge? It looks like oil. There's the explosion, and there's a whole explosion theory surrounding Anadarko and the oil tanks, and there were explosions at Anadarko oil tanks, and the this whatever is running through it just looks like sludge, like crude oil. It's incredibly wild, not to mention the fetus. Wow, that is in life. Oh crap, I just lost our place. It's all right, I'll find it. I will never get over that, guys. That is so gosh darn creepy. I just can't even. I can't. That's just so freaking creepy, man. It is so incredibly creepy. And what's coming up next is pretty wild too. We all want to know what you think. And do you believe that this commercial, this American Horror Story commercial that played at just the right time in front of Chris Watts' very eyes, in front of the eyes of law enforcement, do you think this was a sign?
I mean, the girls don't really know what Cajun Christmas is anyway.
So weird.
I feel kind of blindsided by it. I mean, I've done nothing.
So you found out on Facebook.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't label this one. I put like little labels when we came up to our next thing. Okay, so this is the next really bizarre fact, an eerie thing that happened within 24 hours of the murders. And this is the law enforcement interview with Jeremy and Jennifer Lindstrom. I recently dropped another interview with Jeremy and Jennifer Lindstrom, and it was done after the fact when they knew Chris was guilty. It was a really, really, really well done interview. The person who interviewed them was just freaking amazing. The order of the questions was awesome. If you haven't watched it yet, you definitely should watch it. He was just a really talented interviewer. So this is the law enforcement interview with the Lindstroms. And somebody who commented in my video that I dropped yesterday reminded me of this in a comment. Their little boy pipes in at some point and listen to what he says.
Facebook, right? Yeah, her mom posted something that my daughter was missing.
It sucks.
And you see that stuff on Facebook so often, it's just kind of scroll through it, and that had to have read it 6 times. And I'm like, no. Like, there's no way. They were just here yesterday. Well, Chris and the girls. Right. Like, they were just here yesterday. And why, I mean, me and Chris don't text often, but it's like, why didn't he text me and say, hey, have you seen the girls? Have you seen Shannan?
So at this point, this is after the girls and Shannan were missing, but they don't know that Chris had anything to do with it yet. So when he's answering these questions, he's answering them not knowing that Chris had anything to do with it and saying, they were just here yesterday, because the last thing that Chris did with the girls that Sunday, just hours before the murders, was to take them to that birthday party at the Lindstrom's house. And their little boy, whose birthday it was, is about to chime in right here. And what he says is like, oh, what?
Where is everybody?
What's the reason she didn't come to the party?
Arizona. She's in Arizona.
Do you know what that was for?
Thrive convention.
The Thrive. Okay.
Yeah, she had, when they came over on Father's Day, I mentioned to her that we're going to be having this party, sometime in mid-August, and she's like, okay, well, I'll be...
Look at that. That's cool. It's cake? That's yummy cake. What flavor is it?
Strawberry.
Strawberry? It looks like strawberry. It's pink, huh?
This one's raspberry.
Raspberry.
She said, she's like, she said, just send me the email invitation, and
I have to check my ribs in the back.
Yeah, no, sure.
I won't be here, but Chris will bring the girls, and then.
I was just looking forward to going.
So.
Okay.
The wind gone?
Which is, I mean, I think kind of normal for her to be out of town now because she's for her business and stuff.
Okay. She travels a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. When she does travel, does Chris usually do stuff with the kids like that?
Yeah. I think, huh? Cake? No, we're gonna have to. Our neighbors said that because they're all in the same preschool class, and I think they said they've seen Chris take the girls to a birthday party before.
Okay.
She's been out of town. It's pretty good. And like when they got here, like their hair were in little ponytails and stuff. So obviously Chris did that.
Right.
So I mean, he seems to do a pretty good job at taking on the mom role and taking care of them.
It's cold out there. Okay.
Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. I played a little bit of that for you for context.
Because floppies for blowing in the wind.
This is all just really weird.
It's too real. It's too weird.
I just picture them sitting in a hole.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's weird.
What's your guys' theory?
So the Lindstrom's son says, I just picture them sitting in a hole. I don't know why. You know, I just think that is absolutely crazy. Like, what in the world is he talking about? You know, as we know, Shannan her remains were so disrespectfully discarded in that very shallow grave. And, you know, some people have speculated that, you know, and I don't believe this to be true, but some people have speculated that on the day before, on that Sunday, Chris took Bella and Cece and either by himself or met somebody and pre-dug that shallow grave where he discarded Shannan so disrespectfully. God rest her soul. And the girls saw him do that and they talked to this little boy about it. So that's why he says, I just see them sitting in a hole, you know, but I don't think that's why, but some people do. What do you guys think? Jet Nova says, I'm still wondering why her final posts are scrubbed from the internet because the posts weren't exactly like controversial. And plus, who was able to get into her account and why? And that's a great question. And if you're wondering what Jet Nova is talking about, I'm going to leave a link right here to my latest video drop, or you can just find it, my last Watts video drop. It was like yesterday. And we talk about what Shannan's real final Facebook posts were. There were 3 of them that were deleted from her Facebook account right after this tragedy and all but scrubbed for the internet. I don't know if you can even find them on the internet right now. I've been holding on to them forever and ever and ever, and I keep forgetting about them. I just came across a file where I had them. I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot about these. It's a really good question though. So I'm going to keep playing this here. Yeah, so he says, I picture them sitting in a hole. Oh, what?
I mean, the girls don't really know what Cajun Christmas is anyway.
So weird.
I feel kind of blindsided by it. I mean, I've done nothing.
So you found out on Facebook, right?
Yeah, her mom posted something that my daughter was missing.
It sucks.
And, you see that stuff on Facebook so often. It's just kind of scroll through it. And that had to have read it 6 times. And I'm like, no. Like, there's no way. They were just here yesterday. Well, Chris and the girls.
Right.
Like, they were just here yesterday. And why, you know, I mean, me and Chris don't text often.
I'm sorry. I think I must have put this video in twice here in the video that I made for you. So let me just skip forward a little bit. Okay. Whoa. Yikes. What happened here? Uh-oh. I don't know. I got things a little messed up. Okay. But anyway, the next thing that we're looking at is, let me just slow down here. Okay.
That's weird.
What's your guys' theory?
Okay. The next thing is where we can see Bella's shadow under Chris Watts' truck and neighbor Nate's security camera footage. Now, I personally do believe wholeheartedly that this is Bella's shadow, that Chris is already in the truck. We're going to see this. I'm going to go through the footage a few times here so you can see it pretty clearly, I hope. And then we see the shadow. You have to look under Chris's truck. You can see the shadow that is clearly, in my opinion, coming from the house towards Chris. And then you see Chris's figure bend down, scoop her up, swing her around, and put her in the truck. So we're going to watch this at a few different angles, at a few different speeds here. Please let me know what you think. So again, I took it all the way back again. It's okay. I can find it easily. So again, right here, you're looking at the very upper left-hand corner. And then we're going to zoom in on it too. So if you can't see it very well right here, it's okay. Again, you're looking for the shadow underneath Chris's truck. You're going to see that Chris walks from the garage to the front of his truck. And then you'll see that shadow coming towards him and him bending down to pick her up. I keep doing that. I'm so sorry, guys. Jeez. Here we go. It's all good. Yeah. Okay.
Beagle's floppies from blowing in the wind.
This is all just really weird.
It's too real. It's too weird.
I just picture them sitting in a hole.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's weird.
What's your guys' theory?
Bella
Okay.
Celeste and
Oh my God. Every time I go to press pause, I'm so sorry, guys. So if you didn't see that very clearly, we're going to go in at 50% speed and up closer. And yes, Armchair Detective is the first person who talked about this. And I personally like Armchair Detective. I like Alan very much. And guys, I don't know if you know this, but he is back on YouTube under a different name. He won his appeal to be back on YouTube. I'll do a community post sometime soon and let you know what it is. Anna Flax is one of our moderators here, used to be a moderator of his as well, and she let me know that, so we'll welcome him back. Some people say that it was, somebody who watched his channel who found it first. I don't know what the controversy is, but he was the first person who aired it. So yeah, he won back the right to the appeal to be back on YouTube, which he is as of just a couple weeks ago. Did you see it? Did you guys see the shadow? %50 speed and closer. Watch carefully. Watch for that shadow coming from the house towards the front of the truck. And then you'll see Chris bend down to scoop her up. And yeah, somebody's talking about, I love Geneva too. Geneva's done great work on this case. So many channels have. So somebody found it at some point. See the shadow? See the shadow? He bends down, scoops her up, picks her up, turns around, puts her in the truck. Oh, chilling. Oh, Bella. Bella, Bella, Bella. And we're going to watch it one more overlay or modification. Yes, Guy, probably. I think so. Oh, wait, I can't have comments up right now. Sorry. So color boost filter. See if you can see it any better. So again, you're looking for the shadow coming from the house towards the front of the truck. I'll indicate when you can see it, which is now coming into frame under the truck. He bends down, picks her up, turns around, puts her in the truck. Chilling for sure. Just one last time, just a critical moment, even slower at 25% speed. So watch for that shadow coming into frame under the truck. Here it is coming in. You can see that shadow. It looks like a little girl walking. He bends down, picks her up, turns around, faces the car, and puts her in the car. Hey, Claudia. Claudia, yes, she saw that finally. Oh my gosh. So, chilling. Every time I watch that, it just gives me the chills. So the next bizarre fact and eerie thing that happened within 24 hours of the murders is the 111-minute phone call and the 6:16 a.m. ping. Now, something really interesting about the 111-minute phone call and the 6:16 a.m. ping that I don't see people pointing out all too much. Let me just change this so we can see what I noted for us here. Whoops. Did I put the right one in? If not, I'm going to have to pull it up otherwise. Wait, let me see. Let me just play it a little. But the thing that I'm trying to point out here, and I might have to bring the little graphic I made for you. Oh, hold it. I'm just going to present it another way. I guess I didn't put it in the video. Image file share. Give me 1 second. If you hear, my bunnies are like, I don't know. It's like all my girl bunnies are being crazy right now. They're like digging in the bottom of their cages. I think it has to do something with mating season. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize. It's really kind of annoying to me because it happens all night. I can't sleep. I love my girls, but geez. Okay. So right there, I'm pointing to the 111-minute phone call on August 12th from 9:28 p.m. to 11:19 p.m. And then the next event on Nicole Kessinger's phone bill is a 6:16 a.m. ping. They're right next to one another, meaning what I'm saying is nothing happened as far as her phone activity between the termination of the 111-minute phone call and the 6:16 a.m. ping. I think everything during that time frame was laser focused on what was going to be happening that night. Hey, Hudson Saint 13, good evening. Happy Friday the 13th to you as well. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Ooh, eerie. All right, let me bring it back to the video.
Like he had so much going on and it was just beautiful that I was like, why don't you just...
And this video, by the way, is just going to point out some of the inconsistencies that Nicole Kessinger told law enforcement when she was interviewed by law enforcement about the 111-minute phone call.
Try this out, you know.
I did not like it and did not want to.
That's the best I can tell you from a timing.
Can you give us a better idea of her role in the investigation, how forthcoming she was and how she helped?
She originally came forward and spoke to investigators on her own volition?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm really trying to help you guys. I need you guys to help me too. Like,
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
do this as a team, but just don't.
So
fucking let me down,
the
please.
reason why we can't, like, I think.
Prior to the time, unfortunately, that she came in and spoke with investigators, she had deleted all of the information off of her phone that had any connection between her and Chris Watts. That hampered the investigation.
You know, they're going to say, oh, you're the woman that had an affair with this man who took out his whole family. And I take a step back and it's just like, I didn't know! Like, it's...
That hampered our ability to get that electronic digital connection between the two.
Wow! Why? Ow!
She was interviewed on multiple occasions. I believe that for the most part she was forthcoming in the course of those investigations. We don't have any reason to believe that she had any prior knowledge or involvement in the death of Shannan, Bella, Celeste, and Nico. I think that's the best way I can answer that. Yes, sir.
I still cannot believe this is happening. I still cannot believe this is happening.
So his wife gets home sometime at about 2 o'clock on that morning. So
No, she got home on Sunday.
Pardon me,
She got home
Sunday.
on Sun-
She got home on Sunday. So did you ever talk to him late on Sunday night?
No, we were on the phone, but I mean, I had to let him go and get up and go to work.
That was the 9 to 11 call that it was like a 2-hour phone call we talked about.
And just so you pick up what I'm dropping here, this is what she, is inconsistent about. He says, "Do you talk to him late at night on the phone?" "No, I don't. No, I don't." And when Kevin Kolbach is asking her this, they're on the phone. You can tell how frustrated he is. You can hear him like banging on the desk or something in the background. At this point, he's just, in my opinion, he knows she's lying and he's really frustrated.
Yesterday on Sunday night from 9 p.m. to 11.
And that would have been the last time that I talked to him until the work day.
That's like the meat of this whole situation.
Let's get to the phone call on Saturday from 9 to 11. What did you guys, or pardon me, on Sunday from 9 to 11?
Yeah, we talked a few times. So, Sunday, I think so. I need to think. I can't even think.
Take a couple breaths and take a second.
Sunday night. I don't even know. I don't think I was like concerned about anything at that point.
You guys had had a nice meal the night before. You knew his wife was probably coming home late that evening.
Oh, you know what? I still don't remember what we talked about. I honestly, we talk about so much random stuff. It's so hard to pinpoint some of these things. I don't remember what we talked about. I do remember that was a long phone conversation that we probably talked about all sorts of stuff. One thing I do remember though, that I didn't remember earlier when I was talking to Mark. So this is where I'm starting to remember little bits and pieces. I don't remember. Okay. Yeah, I know. So the phone conversation. I don't remember what was in the phone conversation. Probably nothing of relevance, to be honest with you. But usually he talks to me when he's down in the basement in his bed before he goes to bed and before I go to bed. And I could hear the TV on, which I thought was kind of weird. I didn't ask him. I just heard it in the background. And I remember thinking, and it was right before we got off the phone, I was like, why the hell is he up? And there's no TV downstairs. So I was like, well, maybe, I don't know.
So no TV in the basement where he usually calls you from?
Yeah, and I don't know how many TVs they have. I've never been in their bedroom.
So I just wanted to say good morning. I'm in the middle of getting ready. Bella woke up. Come here. She's trying to climb the bed right now.
I went upstairs once and it was to their little playroom and I just looked at it and I was like, that's super cute that your girls have books.
Please don't take my sunshine away. My sunshine,
my sunshine, and make it happy.
And that was it. And other than that, I have never been in any of those rooms in that upstairs. To me, it was just you don't know, ever. I had no, so I don't know if he has any other TVs. I'm assuming by how much other nice stuff they have in their house, it wouldn't surprise me. So I'm not quite sure what room he was in at that point. But I just remember hearing the TV and I was it was just weird to me because I was why are you watching TV right now? It is super late.
Because remember before when Kolbach asked her, did you talk to him late on Sunday night? She's like, no, of course not. I had to get up to go to work. And now she's saying, on her own volition, she's getting her stories a little screwed up. Why was he watching TV? It was super, super late. What, do you guys have a rule between you that you can't watch TV after a certain time, you crazy bitch? I don't know. But anyway, she contradicts herself. That's the point.
So his wife gets home sometime at about 2 o'clock on that morning. So
No, she got home on Sunday.
Pardon me, Sunday. She got home on Sunday. So did you ever talk to him late on Sunday night?
No, we were on the phone, but I mean, I had to let him go and get up and go to work.
That was the 9 to 11 call that it was like a 2-hour phone call we talked about yesterday on Sunday night from 9 p.m. to 11.
And that would have been the last time that I talked to him until the work day.
But I just remember hearing the TV, and I was like, it was just weird to me, because I was like, why are you watching TV right now? It is like super late.
At 21:29, which is 9:29, we have Shannan made an unanswered call to Watts. Well, the reason that likely is, my friends, is because a minute before that, at 9:28, or in military time, 21:28, that's when that 111-minute phone call began. There is no mention of that phone call here in the official discovery. I just find that to be a conspicuously missing piece of information.
What were you talking to Nikki about before your wife got home?
Before she got home?
You talked for like several hours.
I covered it. I mean, we talked a lot. Just conversations, just random conversations. We talk a lot.
Does Nikki know about any of this? Seriously.
No, she doesn't know, like, I mean, she knows, like, from the news.
meat of this whole
Let's
situation.
get to the phone call on Saturday from 9 to 11. What did you guys, or pardon me, on Sunday from 9 to 11?
Yeah, we talked a few times. So, Sunday, I think so. I need to think. I can't even think.
Okay, so interesting, right? So now picking up with this, whole idea of what really happened on Sunday, August 12th, the day before the murders, hours before the murders, including the 111-minute phone call. That is what the video that I just dropped yesterday is all about. It's part one of maybe two, possibly three. And listen, in this part one, it's an hour and 15-minute long video, okay? The last 15 minutes, the audio is just bunk. I have no idea why. You can see the video clearly. The audio is there in my video editor. I don't know why. It's a real shame because it's where I tied everything together in the video, but then part two video will just start with that. So really, it's no big deal. And somebody earlier was talking about those last posts from Shannan Watts that had been deleted from her Facebook account right after the tragedy and then just scrubbed. Like, I dare you to try to find them. Really, I would like you guys, if anybody's up for the challenge, see if you can Google this or whatever. Try to find them by any way, shape, or means, because I think it's been a long time since they've been discoverable on the internet. So let me just bring in a little short. It's going to be kind of a weird format because we're just watching on YouTube to show you what that is all about. Okay. Whoop. Can we do this? Let me see. Maybe I make it smaller. Yeah, there we go. All right. You can see over on the other side, the people I subscribe to: Megan Kelly, Real Crime, Jays for Justice, Gray Hughes Investigates, only because I can't unsubscribe, and some other people. All right. No, really though, once you become a member on Gray Hughes, beware. You're not, I've been trying to undo my paid membership for like 2 years and it just can't happen. He locks you in. It's very bizarre. Sorry, Gray. It's just the truth. Along with her two daughters, Celeste and Bella Watts, were Ann Watts, a woman who was 15 weeks pregnant. Along with her two daughters, Celeste and Bella Watts, were murdered by Shannan's husband and the girl's father, Chris Watts, on August 13th, 2018. To this day, people ask questions about this case and are not fully satisfied with the outcome, with Chris Watts and Chris Watts alone being charged and convicted for the murders of his family members. There are a lot of curious things that you find when you take a look at this case, and one of them is this. On the very last day of Shannan's life, she was away on a business trip in Arizona, and her husband Chris was at home in Frederick, Colorado, with their two daughters. Shannan made some Facebook posts on that day, including 3 that were deleted right after the horrible tragedy happened. And these posts are all but completely scrubbed from the internet. I dare you to try to find them other than, in this video. See if you can. I challenge you. They're almost impossible to find. So the question is, why would that be? Let's take a look at what these Facebook posts left by Shannan say and leave a comment below letting me know why you think they were deleted from the internet. The first one says, ready to get home to Chris and the girls. And that was posted at 1:59 p.m. on the Sunday, the day before, just hours before the murders. The second one that was posted right around 6 p.m. that Sunday evening said, felt the baby move twice this weekend, with some smiley emojis in the post. And the final one announces that Shannan's flight is going to be coming back to Denver, Colorado from Arizona, where she was staying. And that was at 11:19 p.m. on that Sunday evening, which very interestingly and perhaps ironically was at the very end of the 111-minute phone call between Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger. If you're familiar with the case, that might cause you to raise an eyebrow. Did Chris Watts' mistress, who was a prolific Googler of Shannan Watts all through their affair, see these posts and become irate, and therefore gave Chris Watts an ultimatum that night, just hours before the murders? Is that why Shannan's Facebook posts have been removed from the internet? Or do you think there's another reason? Watch the video linked in the description and leave a comment down below letting us know what you think. We all want to know what you think. And Watts, a woman. Okay, whoops. So there we go. All right, guys. So I am going to be wrapping up soon, but thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I hope that you found this information to be interesting. And I put the link to the video I just dropped yesterday that has to do with those removed, scrubbed final Facebook posts of Shannan Watts and the real story about what happened on Sunday, August 12th, 2018, the day before and just hours before the murders. The part 2 is already produced. I'm thinking about maybe dropping it Sunday. If the part 1 gets enough views, then I am definitely going to do that. I think it's some pretty interesting stuff. And I hope you do too. So next week I have off of work. Woohoo! Celebrate. So we will be doing some YouTube live streams. Are you guys interested in the Corey Richins case? We are thinking of streaming the court case live here on What's the Obsession during the day. The entire court case is going to start on February 23rd. I did some content on that way back in the day. Our friend of the channel and my good friend, author, true crime author, Kathleen McKenna Hudson, wrote the book on the Corey Richins case called Dream House. So you can go back and check that out if you are interested. And I just want to know if you're interested in us streaming the entire trial on this channel. Would you be interested? Would you watch it? Would you participate in the chat? Is that something you would want? So also next week, I'm going to be doing 2 live streams on Patreon. They're going to be for members. So one will be for all members, whether you're a free member or a paid member. So if you're not a free member, definitely go over and join up. And the other one is going to be for paid members over on Patreon with just some more of like the more kind of sensitive material type stuff that I can't talk about on YouTube. And just to say thank you to the paid members on Patreon, because it does truly help to support the channel. So I appreciate you all of you who are just here right now. I'm just so happy you're here. That is what I appreciate most. And thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Be looking for those live streams on YouTube next week, the live streams on Patreon next week. And I'm going to be putting out some viewer surveys on the channel and the community post. So please give us your answer. Let us know what you're interested coming up. For my own sanity, I want to focus intently on some other cases other than the Watts case. And also this channel is probably going to be having a name change coming up for security of the channel reasons. My son suggests I just change it to What's the Obsession? What do you think about that? If you have any suggestions for a channel name change that's not too dramatic, please do let me know. So Horse Gone Wild, what link are you trying to put up? Only moderators can put the link up. If you tell me what you're trying to put up, I can try, perhaps I can help you. So, or you know what, if you wanted to email me, I'm going to play an outro too. So it'll be a couple minutes. If you let me know what you're trying to link, I'll just give you another couple minutes. I can try to help you out with that. Maybe I'll play a couple outros. You found them? Oh my gosh. Look at that. Proving me wrong. Would you email me the link then? Here's my email. Let me put it in the chat really quick. Hold it. I got to put my mic down. That's amazing. You think it's a good name, Val? Thank you. It's just whatsobsession@gmail.com. If you don't mind, I'd super appreciate it. Really, really. Thank you so much. That's right. I love your channel name. We must never forget Shannan the girls. That's right. Seriously, their lives were lost in absolute vain for, I mean, it's so senseless. And I think that's one of the many reasons why this crime is such an absolute heartbreak. What's the obsession is cool? Good. I was talking to my son about this when we were driving home from, I think, Christmas at my mom's house. And I was like, oh my God, you know, I was just doing some research on how true crime is being treated on YouTube and also just this case. And I said, listen, I got to really change my channel name. And he's like, Mom, duh, just change it to What's the Obsession? Like, what's your problem? And I was like, oh, you smarty pants. So simple, but so smart. Thank you, Horse Gone Wild. I really appreciate it. Thank you. They were lost on a whim from a jealous woman. Yeah, I mean, very well said. Absolutely. All right, guys, everyone, you have a super night. And remember, life is hard. So please, please be good to each other. And mostly, please remember to be good to yourself because you deserve it, gosh darn it. And just remember that. Do something awesome for yourself tonight or tomorrow. Don't forget because you deserve it.
Here we go once again for a marriage, 9 amen. Don't you worry, it's gonna be alright. I'm the judge and jury, and we'll be up all night. You better check for pose. You better check for pose. You better check for
They are dead on that.
all the best things love can bring. All in the blind spot that we don't see. Wipe the dirt.
It was earlier tonight. I don't.
13, she went to 13th birthday party. She was happy that we were all together.
She wanted to walk the rest of the way.